Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. It's Gio the Genius once again, back at it with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the benefits I've experienced while being on my sexual purity journey and semen retention. So I'm going to be continuing on from, the first video that I uploaded, where I was talking about my general experience, with watching the websites and, masturbation and how I overcame that. I want to talk about the benefits I've experienced while being on this journey for over 5 years now. So, let's get into it. So, first of all, I want to talk about clarity. Since I've been on this journey, clarity has returned to me once again. Clarity in my mind. My mind is a lot more clearer. I'm able to think a lot more clearer as well. My mind isn't inundated with negative thoughts anymore. And even when those negative thoughts come, I'm able to thwart them away. I'm able to just release them, because not all thoughts that come, are from God. They're from the enemy. And the enemy will try to put evil thoughts into your mind to corrupt you. But once I've been on this journey, it's so much easier to filter through the negative thoughts and negative noise in your mind. So clarity has been such a great benefit to me while I've been on this journey. Before, I had a lot of brain fog. So my mind was cluttered. It was a mess. I couldn't even think about, like coherent thoughts. My memory was terrible. Certain things from the past, I couldn't remember it because my mind was just a blank fuzz. It was terrible. The amount of energy that I wasted, releasing my energy, it just caused my brain to be so fried. I could hardly even remember things from the past, and like during that time when I was in university, that was like the most pivotal time where I needed my brain to be 100%, but not knowingly, I was wasting my energy. So when it came to having a clear mind, I was doing myself no favors. My mind was a mess. Yeah, but thanks to being on this journey and, being on this sexual purity walk, with semen retention, I have a lot more clarity in my mind. Like God has given me that peace in my mind that surpasses all understanding. So, clarity has been a big one for me. Second has to be energy. Now, I will definitely say this. Compared to when I was 18 years old, 21 years old, I have such an abundance of energy. Like, I don't feel my age at all. I feel at least 10 years younger than my actual age. And that's also the benefits that semen retention has given me, because I'm holding the power I have within me, the sexual energy. It allows me to be fueled in order to actually do what I need to do in life. I have the energy I need just to get through the day. I have a surplus of energy as well, that I'm able to put into the gym. I'm able to, put into my workouts, able to, provide for my friends and for my family, and just to show up as the man that God wants me to be. So I have a lot of energy to burn. So that's definitely been a benefit for me while I've been on this journey. I just have a lot more energy compared to when I was a lot younger, and even compared to when I was a teenager. I just feel so much more energized because I'm actually harnessing the energy. I'm actually storing it, and it's just so much more beneficial to you, like as you age, to hold on to this energy. So you have more energy to spare, more energy to put into the things that are important to you, that will yield the results that you want to see in your life personally. So that's definitely another benefit. Energy has been so great on this journey, which also ties into vitality as well. Um, in areas of my life, where I didn't have any energy, because I was wasting it in the past, but I have so much more vitality now, to the point where I'm able to do things I wasn't able to do when I was younger, especially when I'm in the gym right now. Um, the amount of workouts that I'm able to execute in the gym right now, I wouldn't be able to do that when I was younger because I didn't have the energy to do that because I was wasting all my energy. But now that I have my energy, I have all the power I need to push and to not give up, to overcome my limits, to break my limits in the gym. So this energy I have is really, really helping me to become more energized. So it's been a really, really great benefit to me. Also, one benefit that has really, really come to me in a really big way on this journey is just appreciating the small things in life. When you're overstimulated, it takes a lot to satisfy you. When you've been, you know, how do I say it? Yeah, when you've been exposed to, the smut that's out there, like the naked women, the debauchery, the dirty websites, your dopamine is so heightened. It takes a lot to satisfy you. Once you gratify yourself to these things, the hunger for it grows and grows to the point where it just takes a lot more deranged material to actually satisfy you. It really messes up your dopamine system and it fries your brain. But when you quit these things, when you put these things behind you, once you overcome these things and once these chains are broken off your life for good, you tend to appreciate the smaller things in life. So like right now, I'm in the park, I'm in nature, and I love nature. I love being surrounded by nature. I love trees, I love plants. I love breathing in that fresh, clean air. And just being in nature like this, it brings me so much joy, so much peace that I didn't have when I was watching those websites and gratifying myself needlessly. I have so much peace in myself right now, just being in nature. Just feeling the breeze on my skin, feeling the warm sun. Just smelling the plants, just being around the grass. I'm a lot more at peace now. It doesn't take much to satisfy me anymore. Just the goodness of the Lord that's around me, that's being in nature, that's enough to satisfy me. So I'm no longer having to chase satisfaction with these unpleasant things anymore, because the peace of God is within me, and He just makes me grateful every day for the things that He has done in my life, and just to take in His creation, the glorious splendor of His magnificent work, you know, in our lives. So yeah, I have a lot more peace and a lot more gratitude in my heart for the things that the Lord has done. And also, one other benefit that I have definitely experienced is I have a lot more emotional control. Back in the day when I was constantly releasing my energy, I was incredibly erratic. I couldn't control my emotions at all. I was an emotional wreck. I couldn't control my anger. I couldn't control, anxiety. I was depressed. I was easily irritable, to the point where people didn't want to be around me. People could feed my energy. They could actually feel it, and they could tell that I wasn't a person to be around. I was quite unpleasant. The energy that you give off, when you give in to lust, isn't a very pleasant energy. People can read off that. They may not say anything, but they can sense it. So the energy that you give off when you give into these things, these lustful desires, it tends to repel people from around your space. And I was quite aware of that. At the same time, I wasn't, because I was so indulged in what I was doing that I didn't even think about it. Always wondered why people were repelled from me, but I never actually put two and two together to actually realize that it's the habits that I was doing that was repelling people from me. So I thought, okay, yeah, there's definitely a correlation here. There's definitely a correlation. Yeah, people can definitely tell when you're giving into lust, um, when you're driven by lustful desires. So there's a certain vibe that you give off that actually just tends to repel people from you. So that's the thing with sexual energy and semen retention and honoring the Lord with your body and with your sexual desires. You become a lot more grounded as a person, more grounded, more firm. You can no longer be shaken, and you can no longer let anyone else trouble you. The world around you may be shaking, But because you have your energy, because you have your core, the things of this world cannot shake you. The trials, the tribulations, the troubles of this world, they cannot shake you. My life right now isn't perfect by any means. My life could be so much better. But I have my energy. I have my seed. And energy is currency. With an abundance of energy, you are rich. I said that again. With an abundance of energy, you are spiritually rich. So once you have your energy, the Lord will give you the capacity to do what you must do with it. So once you honor the Lord with the energy that He's given you, it will yield dividends. You'll feel so much richer inside because you have your energy, you have your seed. And with that, you will no longer be empty. You will never feel empty. You will never be void because energy is currency. So yeah, I feel a lot more grounded. I'm no longer shaken by the events of this world because God has given me peace that surpasses all understanding. He's given me peace that makes no sense because I'm holding on to my energy. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. There's so much I can say about the benefits I've experienced while being on this journey. But the greatest thing is becoming a lot more closer to God the Most High. Because without Him, I wouldn't have lasted this long on this journey. Like I said before, I've been on this journey for over 5 years, and I give Him all the glory. Because without Him, I would not have made it. It was only by surrendering to Him and allowing Him to use me and allowing the Holy Spirit to fill me up that He was able to give me the strength and the willpower to go this long on this journey. So I don't live my life just for me, not for my ambitions, but I live my life just to please Him. Because without Him, I am nothing. Without Him, I am not sustained. He puts the breath of life in my lungs as He does yours. And He puts strength in your body as He does mine. He's the only one that keeps us going. So with this body, with this temple, with this vessel, I will continue to honor the Lord. And through obeying Him and letting go of lust, I've been able to grow my relationship with Christ a lot more stronger. So I feel a lot more fulfilled in my body, in my mind, in my spirit, in my soul, everywhere. God can do the same for you as He's done for me. So don't ever doubt His power in your life, because He will make a way for you as He has done for me. There's a lot more I can say about the benefits I've experienced, but for now, I'll leave that there. Thank you for tuning in. And if you found this valuable, make sure to stick around where I'll be talking about, more topics and, more experiences about my sexual purity journey and semen retention. But if you do have any questions, do feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And I'll do my best to answer any of your queries. But for now, take care and God bless.